What you doing, Dago Dreamers? You got Mathers back with more CDL content. This is the final week, week 7 of the league. I do still have 2 other battles I need to make up, week 2 and week 5, I think. I think I made a mistake in my last one. My last one against Nebraska Neuverns Blaze Templar. I think I said that was week 5, that was actually week 6. It's all getting a little discombobulated. I apologize, but hopefully soon things will be sorted out, and I'll get those other battles done soon. So then I think playoffs will be starting relatively soon after those battles are complete, because you can't really start playoffs until all the regular battles are complete. Anyway, focus on this week. So I'm up against Colton of the Detroit Magnetons, and he's got a pretty scary team, but if you wanted to check out my team, obviously I'm not going to go over it here because I've gone over it before. I'll put a link to my draft overview at the top right of the video, so you can check that out. But let's see, Colton's team: Raikou, Tyrantrum, and these are both his Z users, Pokemons that could have a Z Stone and use a Z move. Camerupt, Mega Camerupt, I should say, Feraligatr, Gardevoir, Mantine, Shaman, Slurpuff, Steelix, Uxie, and Zangoose. So he's got a pretty offensive team. Like, I wouldn't say that, like, maybe like Mantine and Steelix, maybe Uxie are like his only Pokemon that I would consider could be like a dedicated defensive wall. I think you could do like a specially defensive Gardevoir, or even like Shaman's pretty versatile. But I think both of those Pokemon are very well used in an offensive capacity. So very, I feel like this is going to be a very offensive match. A lot of things going down on both sides real quick. So you can see, this is the team I'm going to bring it down here. One of the first things I noticed about my opponent's team is that Nidoqueen has a really good time. Sludge Wave hits. Let me just go through the team. So Earth Power, Earth Power, Earth Power, Thunderbolt, Sludge Wave, Thunderbolt, Sludge Wave, Sludge Wave, Earth Power, Uxie, I don't know. Zangoose doesn't have anything super effective, but is not going to enjoy taking a Sludge Wave. So basically, if I can just weaken the Uxie to a point where it might die to like a Sludge Wave or something, then Nidoqueen can just come in and click buttons. So that's why I'm going for just like a max speed, max special attack, life orb, speed, 4 attacks, just as fast and offensive as I can make it. The only things that I need to worry about it outspeeding me would be like a Choice Scarf user. Raikou does naturally outspeed, but shouldn't be able to knock me out. I don't think an Extrasensory would knock me out. Hidden Power Ice, Extrasensory probably wouldn't be able to knock me out. Extrasensory would probably do a good amount, as would HP Ice, but don't think they would knock me out from full. And what is actually Zangoose's speed? Okay, so Zangoose would outspeed me. So those are the only... and Shaman, of course. God. Wait, what is actually... I think Gardevoir did... Yeah, okay. So there's a few Pokemon that I'm forgetting about. Is Feraligatr? Feraligatr does. Okay, so there's more Pokemon than I. But the thing I'm trying to say is that Steelix, Mantine, Camerupt, Tyrantrum, and I think Slurpuff are all outsped by my Nidoqueen naturally. And as we'll see later on, well, I'll just go over it now. I put Tailwind on Whimsicott as like specifically for Nidoqueen to be able to outspeed the rest of his team, including like Choice Scarfers. So that will be very nice. But the next thing I wanted to bring was Golisopod. Having that priority first impression is really nice. Takes out a big offensive threat in the Shaman. Hits everything really hard. Even does like a good over half to Tyrantrum, which is pretty sweet. And then the Aqua Jet does 100% guaranteed to Camerupt. First impression does a heck of a lot to things like Feraligatr, Gardevoir. We'll do a good chunk to Slurpuff. I'm worried about this thing being Belly Drum, and if I can keep it at least somewhat low to the point where I can take it out with like first impression, Aqua Jet, Accelerock, priority, that kind of stuff, then that would be pretty ideal. I think even Tailwind would be able to outdo Unburden in a lot of scenarios, namely for like Nidoqueen, Lycanroc, and Whimsicott, so that would be pretty sweet. Steelix gonna be able to take most hits fairly well. Do have Liquidation and Aqua Jet to be able to hit it at least a little bit hard. And then First Impression isn't going to be great for Uxie as well. Not going to be able to outspeed this thing, unfortunately, because it actually is really fast, and it probably outspeeds my Nidoqueen as well. Anyway, maybe I should consider Joy Scarf. But First Impression is going to do a good amount of this thing, which is going to open the door a lot for my Nidoqueen. And then, Zangoose isn't. Zangoose is a good offensive, fast Pokemon, but it's not going to enjoy taking hits. As long as I can get hits off on it, it's going to be not too much of a problem. And then I have Vikavolt going with. I also forgot to mention that I'm putting Rock Slide plus enough speed to outspeed a non-speed invested Mantine. So that's kind of like the fourth little tech move at the end of the set. And Splash Plate. I was thinking about Insect Plate, but the only move I had that was a bug move was First Impression. I really liked my Water Stab versus his team, namely for that Camerupt. It can also hit Steelix and Tyrantrum a little bit harder. So I think hopefully it'll work out. Then I have Vikavolt here. I'm going with a Life Orb, 3 attacks, Roost, max special attack with enough speed to outspeed non-speed invested Mantine, and then just the rest I just dumped it into defense. I don't know, why not? Let me take a hit maybe from Feraligatr, Zangoose, or non-belly drummed Slurpuff, which I think would be pretty sweet. But again, Vikavolt, big offensive threat. Energy Ball does a good chunk to Steelix. Thunderbolt and Bug Buzz are going to be doing a good amount of damage to the rest of the team. Feraligatr does, or what am I saying? Camerupt is going to be able to take the 2 stab moves, but Energy Ball should still be doing at least about half, I think, if I remember my calcs correctly. But big offensive threat to take out things like Shaman and Uxie with the Bug Stab, and then Feraligatr and Mantine with the Electric Stab. Not to mention it's just a difficult Pokemon to switch into in general. So going to be a big wall breaker basically for the team. Not that there's too many walls I need to worry about here, but punch some holes, make room for the rest of the team. Then I have Whimsicott here with the leftovers, Prankster, Moonblast, and Energy Ball, of course, the dual stab. Have the Defog on this just in case. I mean, I don't want to go into this with 2 bug types and not prepare for hazards in some way. Like Stealth Rock could be pretty bad for me, because I do like having my Pokemon at max HP. It makes me more comfortable taking certain hits. And then I do have Tailwind as kind of the last move here, which would be pretty awesome versus his team. Getting that speed boost would eliminate a lot of big threats. So like even if Slurpuff gets the Unburden Belly Drum off, I can still come in and Prankster, Tailwind, sack Whimsicott, and get the 3 turns of Tailwind with like Nidoqueen or Lycanroc, and those will be able to outspeed with I believe with even Unburden activated, which would be pretty sweet. But it would also help Nidoqueen outspeed something like a Raikou, Tyrantrum, and maybe their Choice Scarf or something. Even like a +1 Feraligatr, I'd be able to outspeed it. I'd outspeed like Gardevoir, Mantine, Shaman, all that stuff. So it would be pretty sweet. And then of course I had to bring Lycanroc. I do like Lycanroc with the Ground DMZ, Crunch, Drill Run, Accelerock, and Swords Dance. Accelerock being great for the priority for things like the belly drumming Slurpuff. Obviously hits the Mantine. Could pick off other threats, maybe like a Tyrantrum at low HP or even a Camerupt. But the reason I do pack Drill Run is for that thing specifically. We can also hit the Raikou. Steelix is another thing that the Drill Run hits, and that's why I have Ground DMZ. It'll guarantee knockout Camerupt and Steelix. And then I have Crunch for the Uxie, so I can just try to weaken that thing as well. And then I have Rhyperior with the Stealth Rock, the classic special defensive set with the 16 attack investment, Adamant Nature with Stealth Rock, Earthquake, Rock Blast, and Toxic. If I can get the Stealth Rock up, I mean, it's nice damage. His Defogger is Mantine, so Stealth Rock obviously going to be doing the most damage to that thing. And plus, like, rock damage is going to start racking up, and it'll help me guarantee a lot of KOs, help me weaken certain things, like the Pokemon that might want to set up, so that I can get them in range of priority. And Toxic is good. If I don't have any other options, I could click Toxic on the Mantine, Toxic on the this thing, Uxie, maybe even the Shaman if I try to predict a switch or something like that. But Rhyperior is good at outspeeds the Steelix and the Camerupt, able to knock them out. Should be able to take most hits from the Tyrantrum as well. Rhyperior, just very, very good Pokemon, and I'm excited for this battle. It is technically the last battle, even though I have other weeks I need to make up, so hopefully it's going to be a good one. And Colton, old time friend, been playing Pokemon with him for a while, and yeah, see how it goes. Catch the battle sometime soon within the next few hours, so check that out. And I got Queen background here, just had to show it off. Anyway, thanks for watching. Keep dreaming, hit that like button, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out, goodbye.